Okay, hi everybody, Sensei Chris from Total Urban Combat Dojo. So today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about stepping with our brush check counter drill that we've done a couple of days ago, previously loaded as a video. This time we're going to talk about doing it with a stick in our hand. So if you haven't got a stick, if you haven't got an Arnie stick, you can use a roll of newspaper, a magazine, something like that. Really useful weapon if that's all you've got. Roll it up, hit somebody with that, they're going to know about it. What does it do? Well, firstly, it teaches you how to direct the angle and direction of the stick to hit something that's worthwhile hitting. That would be an important thing to say. But secondly, it also teaches you as an individual how the thing moves and how to sort of deal with somebody who might be attacking you with a stick. Okay, so there's pluses on both sides for having a stick in your hand, but also understanding the movement and psychology of how things move towards you. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through our brush check counter drill first, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the stick up and we're going to do the same thing, but talking about a couple of things to do with A, holding the stick, and B, how your footwork moves as you move with the stick. Okay, so if you remember, when we did our brush check counter drill, basically what happened is, as we imagine an attack coming in, okay, we're checking the hand as it comes through, taking hold of the hand and then striking. Okay, so it's a brush, check, counter, brush, check, counter, brush, check, counter, brush, check, counter. So that's the process I want you to go through. So if you've only just started learning this brush check counter drill, then I suggest go back, stay on the brush check counter drill video until you're comfortable and confident with it. Okay, and maybe get somebody, just pretending to put a punch in so you can pretend to brush check counter, brush check counter, brush check counter. Okay. When you've done it maybe a couple of hundred times, yes, I did say 100, okay, I was going to say 1,000, but I thought, I don't want to say that, it's going to scare people away. So a couple of hundred times, then I want you to think about, well, can I use a stick? If you're already used to training with an Arnie stick, if you've been into the dojo or you've been to somebody else's dojo and done some stick work, then by all means, grab hold of your stick and work through. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do it facing the camera first. Then what I'm going to do is do crossways as well, so that you can see how the stick moves from both directions. Everybody got it? Great. So if you've got a stick or your newspaper, grab hold. So we've got it in our right hand. So I'm standing in my forward stance with my stick up and my check hand up. So I imagine an attack coming into me on this side of my body, round maybe towards my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously move my body out of the way. And as I do that, I strike the stick so that it doesn't hit me. And I bring my stick up to my ear. And as I do that, I take hold of their arm that's holding a stick. And then I strike back towards them. Okay? So here it comes on the other side. So this time, because I'm over here, I need to make a big step that way and strike this way. Okay, now you'll notice on my right side, I don't need to cross over on the body. So I strike out, grab hold, and strike across. Big step again. Brush, check, counter. Brush, check, counter. Brush, check, counter. Okay, so let me go all the way back again and do that all in one go. So here we are here. Okay, brush, check, counter. Brush, check, counter. Brush, check, counter. Brush, check, counter. Okay, so this hand, okay, once it checks, is going to be holding on. Okay, I need to pull him. Okay, so he gets pulled into my stick. Okay, so every time this is coming across, when I'm here, as this stick's going this way, I'm pulling so he hits the stick. Okay, everybody got it? Let's do that one more time. Okay, so brush, check, counter. Brush, check, counter. Brush, check, counter. Now, I want you to pay particular attention to how my feet are moving, okay? So normally in normal sort of self-defense where we're blocking from a punch or checking a punch or stopping him attacking, we might move in, okay, and stop, okay, and do our movement. With our knees, what you'll find is this other leg moves as well. It's what they call two-step footwork. Now, two-step footwork will change your martial arts forever. Okay, you will go from one level to a different level if you get two-step footwork right. Okay, it's my personal opinion. So, what I would suggest to you, with nearly 40 years of martial arts training under my belt, I would say try and figure out how two-step footwork works for you. Okay, so without my hands, or with limited movement of my hands, I want you to watch the feet. Okay, watch what happens. Okay, so the first movement, brush, check, counter. See how the foot went back a little bit. Okay, brush, check, counter. Okay, see how the back leg's moving. Okay, like so. Okay, watch from the other side. You see how the rear leg moves. Okay, the rear leg moves out of the way. Okay, the reason for that is this thing is coming around at a rate of knots. Okay, it's coming around at 60 miles an hour. So by just moving one leg in, okay, I'm hoping that my body is going to stop that. By moving the other leg out of the way, it limits the possibility of me being placed off balance and me falling on the floor. It gets my head out of the way a lot further as well. So just think about those things as you're doing the movement. Once you've got the movement going well, okay, brush, check, counter, brush, check, counter, brush, check, counter. What I won't want you to do is I want you to change how you counter. So initially, okay, for the first 5 minutes of this video, we've been countering using this part of the stick, okay? So I've gone brush, check, counter, okay? And I'm imagining hitting him with the end of my stick. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to do my brush, check, counter using the other end of the stick, the pugno end. This is called the pugno end. Okay, that's why we don't hold it right at the end. You hold it with a couple of centimeters, or 6 to 10 centimeters out at the bottom. So what I want you to do now is every time you do your brush, check, counter, brush, check, counter, I want you to use the pugno end, brush, check, counter. Okay, see, using that end of it. Okay, and then I go brush, check, counter. Okay, so I'm using the butt end of the stick. So why do you may ask, well, what difference does it make? You know, it's the same thing. Well, what it does is it gets you changing your position of stick. Okay, so you'll see like this all the time, I'll do this. As soon as I have to do that, okay, it creates a whole new dynamic on my elbow and shoulder, okay, for me to find the target. Okay, so it's challenging to find the target with this sometimes. So this is also useful if you make a mistake in your brush check counter where you go brush check and you put the stick underneath your arm. Because if this is underneath an arm, I now can't hit him, okay, here, because his body will be in the way, but I can get to him like that with the pugno. Okay, so that's useful to know. Okay, so if you do find you go brush check, oh, I've got it underneath, use your pugno, okay, come out the other side, brush check, and you're back onto the top, brush check, back onto the top. Has everybody got that? So one more time facing the camera, okay, so from here, I go brush check, counter, brush check, counter, two-step footwork, brush check, counter, brush check, counter. Got it? Okay, you go do it.